The senator from Eastern Fairfax.
Thank you, Madam President. Speaking to the bill.
The senator has the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. We've debated this at length now, and I don't think there's a need to re-debate everything we've talked about through today. There's a lot going on in the country right now. And what we talked about, the purpose of this is for our state to make sure that it's properly represented in the federal system. Right now you have Texas, Missouri, and North Carolina, which have all basically rigged the system at the request of the guy across the river in order to minimize Virginia's voice at the federal level. Virginia has to respond. When other states try to rig the system against Virginia, Virginia has to be able to represent itself. And that's what this amendment's about. And I find it ironic that the minority caucus doesn't seem to think affordability has some role in this. If we want to talk about affordability, let's talk about tariffs. Because right now, Congress hasn't done a damn thing to stand up to what's going on across the river on tariffs because they can't. They don't have the ability to because they don't have the votes. Tariffs right now are costing the average Virginia family between $1,200 and $1,700 a year due to prices on imported goods. Groceries rose by an estimated 4%. Clothing is up 14%. Vehicles have gone up 4,000% in average cost because of the actions of the guy across the river that have been completely unchallenged. I haven't heard a peep on the other side about it. Haven't heard hardly a peep about it out of the other folks in the same party from the federal level about it. Maybe the Supreme Court will do something about it for us. We'll see. They'll finally stand up. But these are costing people real money. The Port of Virginia has seen exports plummet. They've seen imports go down. I read in one paper 3 weeks ago that we haven't seen a single purchase of soybeans from China in over 5 months. For the first time in the history of them tracking soybean exports. If you ask anybody that's in the timber business, they can't export timber anymore out of the Commonwealth of Virginia because of tariffs. Virtually everything we export out of this state is being screwed up by these tariffs. We're trying to build a wind industry in Hampton Roads. The guy across the river is trying to gut that. That could be one of the main driving sources of jobs in Hampton Roads. At least that's what we've been trying to invest in collectively in this body for like the last 10 years. Haven't heard anybody on the other side complain about that for fear that the guy across the river might do something to them. So, Madam President, if we want to talk about affordability, having a Congress that actually stands up for the people of this state against what's happening across the state and the war that's been declared in our state by the guy across the river because we didn't vote for him is a good way to start. I hope we could pass this bill.